The first 7 songs of the show are from 7 different albums.
Yeah, which I think is great.
Right off the bat, and that is a joy to do, and didn't even do it on purpose, just kind of, it just landed that way, and then we looked and we're like, oh, that's a great feeling to have.
Hey, it's Matt Pinfield. It's the Pinfield Sessions here at the SoCal Sound, and I'm here with one of my favorite bands. And you know, it's absolutely true. I love these guys, and I'm here right now with Greg Dulli and John Curley from the Afghan Whigs. And it's great to see you guys, and thank you so much for coming in.
A pleasure.
Great
nice
to see you too.
You know, it's a long-term friendship relationship with the band. I was a massive fan even before we met the first time. Literally, we got to, I guess we got to meet around the time of Congregation. It was probably when we
Probably, yeah.
and then going to see you guys live, and obviously up in it was but in radio, I really played Conjure Me a lot. I was all over that record from Congregation back in New Jersey, and then of course later on with Gentlemen, and it was just one of those things where I loved the band and followed the band, and of course was very upset the first time you guys broke up, but was so happy when you guys got back together in 2011, which was cool. So thank you for coming in and doing this, Greg. We also have this amazing thing that is, we ran into each other in the bathroom of the Monmouth County Mall. You were stopping to use a bathroom on your way to be interviewed by me in the New Jersey radio station. So I saw you in the bathroom. I was eating lunch at this place, and we both had heard that Kurt Cobain might have committed suicide. And literally I said, I'll see you in a few minutes. I went to the station. I got there before you did, so I think maybe you stopped to get something to eat. When you got there, I saw the look on your face, and you literally, your complexion, you turned pretty white. It was just it was really disturbing news. And you guys were label mates with Nirvana, of course, at Sub Pop initially. And so it was just a day I'll never forget. And then we went on the air, you and I, which I actually have the audio of that. Somebody had recorded it. And it was a time to promote Gentlemen, which was incredible. But I think the decision I made at that moment, I was like, we were obviously upset about and talked for a few minutes about Kurt Cobain's passing, but then waited to the end of the show and then did like a tribute thing because I was in love with the Gentlemen album and the band. So it was really important. You came all that way to Asbury Park that we do something and get on the air and talk about Gentlemen at that period of time, which was.
When something that, culturally big happens, it's the elephant in the room. You're gonna talk about it because it was so shocking and sad, know. So it's impossible not to. At that point, like promotion is kind of like the last thing on my mind.
Right. Yeah, we talked about it in the beginning and then at the end after we talked about the album because it was something that we were both upset about, and it was just. But moving on to as things go on, later with Black Love and the other records, it was just. But it's been a series of many years coming to see the band play live and just always being a fan. So. Every time you guys put out something new, I get excited to check it out. And the latest two singles that you guys have put out are incredible. And House of I is so great. I know you're doing that in Duvateen right now.
Yeah.
Fucking such great songs, man. It's like, God, I don't know if you've gotten to hear how it sounds on the air, on the radio, but it sounds incredible.
I heard Duvateen on the radio.
Yeah.
So, it sounded phenomenal.
It's so great, and it's when you guys got back together too, John, couldn't have been happier, man. Just like there's amazing chemistry that's been there with you guys forever, Yeah. So I got to tell you, and I love it.
Literally forever.
Yeah. Can we talk about that? How old were you guys when you first ended up meeting each other?
We met when we were 20 when we met.
Yeah.
And we were 21 when the Whigs started.
Did you guys meet? Were you guys in different bands at that period of time, or you just?
I was in a band. I was in a band, and I would see him at our shows, and he had a beard back then, and we all thought he was 40. Yeah. So we would even say like that old dude was at the show again. You know what I mean? And as it turns out, he's like 2 months older than me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible, but yeah. And then when did you guys realize that you really wanted to start working? It might be something that you could do because you were a fan of his other band. Did you?
Right. Well, if I remember correctly, their bass player was leaving to go to college.
Yeah.
And I presented myself as a replacement. So
I'll tell you exactly what he said. He said, "I'm better than your bass player."
You gotta have some self-confidence, right? You know.
So, and I was like, exactly. I loved that.
One of the things that I've observed about the Afghan Whigs, you guys as a band, is you've had fans that have loved you for a very long time, but you also pick up new, younger fans all the time that go back and discover things that they love, finding By Gentlemen or Black Love, or picking up one of the newer records, or because I think that musically, you were always your own thing, and you've always been able to. That was the thing that was unique about the band. You didn't sound like anybody else.
Yeah, I think that's your answer right there. Like, we don't sound like anybody else, and we're really good doing it. So that's sort of that's our card, and we play it every night.
Yeah,
so.
It's fantastic. So. Again, the fact that getting to see you guys out on the road now having that many albums out now, and you got a lot of things to draw from every night when you play now. I think, going back and playing at least 8 songs a night that are like, from.
The first 7 songs of the show are from 7 different albums.
Yeah, which I think is great.
Right off the bat, which is, and that is a joy to do, and didn't even do it on purpose, just kind of, it just landed that way. And then we looked and we're like, oh, that's a great feeling to have, what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, when you have a body of work that you still, enjoy pulling things off of all of them, from, the youngest one to the oldest one.
Yeah.
So
it's been incredible. So can you tell me about originally, like, when you guys got first, when they first, put something out and you started working with Sub Pop, how was it? Did they pursue you guys, or did they hear you guys from?
They heard us. There was a band called The Fluid from Denver who were on Sub Pop, and they were performing in Louisville, Kentucky, and our friend Scotty ran it was called Tooligans, and he ran it and was playing it as they were loading in, playing our demo tape. And Garrett, the drummer, was like, "Who is that?" And Scotty told him who it was, and he was like, "Can you get me that?" And Scotty gave him a copy of the cassette, and it somehow made it to Seattle. And then they did call us then and ask us if we wanted to do a single, and we did the single first, and then we came out and played a show, and they were like, "Would you guys be interested in moving to Seattle?" And we were like, "No." and then we left, and then they called us and said, "We'll give you a contract anyway." So we're like, "Okay." So that's how that happened.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. And then up in it, and it was, the history is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
In that period of time.
Yeah.
I always wanted to ask you too, and I know we've talked about it before, but it's really interesting how different territories back in those days of indie records would, release, interesting things. And when the single came out of Conjure Me, right, which, that you did that amazing cover of My World Is Empty Without You, mm-hmm. Which was like a home demo kind of thing. It was probably
done in John's studio.
Yeah.
Like it was on 8-track, probably, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. I think it was an 8-track, but it was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I remembered just loving that version. And later, Elektra ended up putting out a live version of it that made it available from some of your live shows.
Right.
But that was incredible. I loved it so much that I played that on one of the first 13 alternative commercial stations in the country. I would throw that on too with Conjure Me when Conjure Me was a single, because it was and I just. It was amazing when I found it as a 12-inch single. As a fan, I was like, "Wow, somebody put this out."
Right.
With both sides of this, and it was just great. It was really
well. In particular, like My World Is Empty. It was basically John played the bass line from Man Eater by Hall & Oates, and then we'll pummel it with guitars and sing the Supremes lyrics over top of it. So. That was the formula for that song, and it actually served us very well. That was a big showstopper for a while. We would play that in the middle of the show, and it was they liked it.
Yeah, so. I mean, we thought it was amazing. We loved that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think it was also the thing that was really interesting was your love of everything from jazz to great soul music and the way that you would do. I mean, in the Uptown Avondale AP, right? Band of Gold, and some of the songs that you would do live were just, I love that you would bring attention to that.
We were doing really what the Beatles and the Stones did. We heard music we liked, and we did it our own way. You know what I mean? That was really inspirational music for all of us because we're all from the same age. My mother is 18 years older than me, so I inherited her record collection. She loved the Supremes. She loved the Temptations. She loved Stevie Wonder. So I got those records from her. They were her records, and that's how I got into it.
Did she play them around the house?
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah,
and then you would just take them sometimes too and listen to.
Yeah, I would just take them in my room, listen to them on my headphones and all that. I mean, you also hear it on the radio all the time. Still, you still do.
Yeah.
These are timeless songs that will, be around long after we're all gone. So.
Yeah. What about for you, John? Same thing. You just
So yeah, my parents were more into other music, not necessarily pop music. Although they've started to enjoy it more, as they've gotten more familiar with our band and stuff, and been following us and supporting us over the years. But I grew up in Washington D.C. and we had great radio stations there. So there was jazz, there was pop music, there was oldies, there was WHFS, which was a freeform station where I heard so much music for the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One of my favorite moments, Greg, is when you're playing the HF Festival. People are throwing shit sometimes there's a stage. You're like, yeah. He goes, see, that's why you don't have a professional baseball team now. You suck. You can't fucking throw. You can't hit me. It was one of the funniest lines of all time. And we were like, yeah. We loved you for saying fuck you to them.
And then someone hit me.
Oh, did they?
Oh, they did. I had just come from Memphis, and I was wearing those Elvis shades, which has the fat sides. And somebody hit me where they would have hit me in my temple and perhaps even killed me, but I was saved by the king of rock and roll.
Yeah, thank you, Elvis, for that. That's amazing.
But yes,
I love the way you
but I will taunt a crowd.
I thought that was the greatest. It's funny. I remember that.
I'm not afraid of that.
Do you love that I remember that?
Oh yeah,
it was so great. I was like, oh, that's my going Dulli up there. That's a bit I love.
Yeah. Dude, I've had so many of those. I said something about the Detroit Red Wings playing in, they had lost the Stanley Cup, and I asked the crowd about it, and somebody threw a can of Budweiser at me, and I caught it.
Oh, that's so great. Where is it, St. Andrews or something?
It was at St. Andrews, yeah.
Amazing.
And I caught it and drank it. And I mean, I will tell you, as I was doing it, I was like, at this particular moment, I am the coolest person on earth.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just for these 5 seconds are mine.
It's amazing.
They can never be taken from me.
That's it. It was a great. You know, I've been around music for a long time. I've seen scenes rise and I've seen them disappear. And the difference is always the same, whether people show up and support what they believe in. What you're watching right now, real artists, real performances, that only happens because listeners like you stand behind it. Community Amplified means music lovers supporting musicians directly. It means having deep conversations and hearing stories from your favorite artists. It means keeping independent voices strong. If you believe music should still have places like this radio station, where it's respected, where it's curated with passion and intention, become a member of the SoCal Sound. Because when you support this station, you're supporting the future of music itself. Please find the link in the description to make a donation today. It was a great. So you've had many of those really great ones.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. Even the HF Festival. I remember speaking of that station. It was a great station. There was
really
a lot of great.
yeah.
Is it still around?
No.
Unfortunately, it's no longer there. But I was there that day because, of course, you know.
Well, that's his old stomping grounds. So, yeah.
What about you? Where you grew up? How far did you go up from Cincinnati? Then?
25 miles. Hamilton, Ohio is exactly halfway between Cincinnati and Dayton.
Yeah.
So, I would go see concerts in both towns. A lot of heavy metal came through Dayton. So I saw a lot of metal shows there.
But so talk to me about, these two new singles, most recent songs are phenomenal. I love these tracks. It's mind-blowing, and it's also, I expect no less, from a band who you guys keep coming up with great songs, and it's great songs, great performances. As you're recording these, is there a full plan for a new album as well?
There's going to be a new album either mid-August, early September, something around then.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. I mean, we turned it in at the end of March. So they've been peeling off singles. I think there's going to be a third single coming out real soon.
Yeah.
So they'll just keep peeling them off until it arrives.
But it's got to be a good feeling. Do you? I notice it because I always talk to I talk to people in the audience at shows because it's very interesting to me. I always want to know, what people are into, or they may come up to me because they recognize me from 120 Minutes or something else I've done, and I'll always go, so tell me what you love about the Afghan Whigs. You've got people that are, like I said, young fans and people that have followed you for a long time that have just, you mean the world to them. That's got to be a great feeling.
It's great. I mean, last night there were multiple generations in the house. I mean, there were people older than us. There were very young. There were teenagers there. There was, it was a really, refreshing mix to
all singing
see.
along.
Yeah, singing to the new ones and the old ones. So it's I mean, when you're in like a whatever cult band, it's because you've sustained an audience who trusts what you're going to do and go with you and let you play your new stuff and don't go to the bathroom when you do that. I mean, first of all, we never announce what we're playing anyway. I never tell you the name of the song. I'm just gonna
go into it.
Here's the songs, and if you don't know them, ask your neighbor and they'll tell you what it's called.
Yeah.
So
that is cool though. It keeps people guessing too, as well. But it's been a great experience though, right? It's getting out and just you see how much people have been following the band for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, we don't tour a ton, like we used to, but we're out like. This is we've played 18 shows. We have 3 more to go on this run, and then we're going to do some more touring in the fall. But love to play, love like the shows are the reward for all the traveling and waiting around and being away from your house and your family and all that stuff. So luckily we have a very harmonious bus.
Yeah.
And everybody's cool and cares about each other, and it's a very positive environment. So, and that's important for me just on a daily basis, regardless of whether I'm on a bus or not. So
Yeah, I think it's great. Now, it's we look back at it's been an incredible run from as we look back at the years. I mean, and some of the different things that like obviously have seen your music used in different ways in films, or even you doing the way you did in Backbeat, which was really cool. And then also Beautiful Girls. There were a bunch of different obviously you've had fans for a long time. One of my favorite moments of all time was in Rescue Me when they used almost the entire song, it felt like, of a Rebirth of the Cool in this one scene when Dennis Leary's character is deciding whether he's going to go back into the liquor store. And it was an incredible thing.
Dennis used he used a bunch of my songs, and I thought you were gonna. I didn't know about that one, but there's a Twilight Singer song called "The Lure Would Prove Too Much."
Yeah,
and they used the entire thing, and it's not a short song, for this big fire scene. They used the entire thing, and I was kind of blown away by that. So Dennis, more than anybody, really utilized our music and subsequently my other band's music. So
yeah. Oh, he loves you. As I always said.
Yeah.
He would come do my show in New York City. You know what I mean? In the mornings,
of course,
hang out, and we'd always talk about the band. And when he guest DJ'd, he'd always play you guys as well. So it's great to have him in doing that. We love him, But that was incredible. So tell me, did you do this record here, or did you do? I mean, are you guys based all over now as a band?
We're all. I mean, John lives in Cincinnati. Rick Nelson lives in New Orleans, and Christopher Thorne lives in Joshua Tree. And that's the main. We mainly work out of Christopher's studio in Joshua Tree, but we also. When we're making a record, we always do a New Orleans run.
Yeah.
And New Orleans is where House of I happened. So so that happened in New Orleans. Duvateen happened in Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
And we started one track at John's studio in Cincinnati. My friend Dave has a bar hotel and studio called Gold Diggers in East Hollywood.
Yeah.
We did a song there. So
do you know Simon there? Or this guy? That's it's a nice studio.
Oh, it's really cool.
It's like 5 studios in there, and the venue too, which is so great. Yeah,
it's awesome.
That's a great place there too. But I love that you've and it's great having Christopher Thorne also in the band and playing with you guys, because I think Christopher's an incredibly talented and great human being all the way around. I love that guy. Known him since those days of the Blind Melon days, of course. How long have you guys been? You guys been friends for a long time?
We met in '94 through Sean Smith.
Yeah.
And I met Christopher and Brad then, and then when I moved back here, I used Christopher and Brad's studio for the Twilight Singer's "She Loves You" record. We recorded that at Studio Wishbone in North Hollywood. But Christopher was never around. It was when I ran into him, and I realized he was my neighbor in Silver Lake and that he had a studio there. And that's when I started really hanging out with him. So probably 2012, something around then.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, he's one of my favorite people, period, but absolutely one of my favorite musical collaborators. An amazing engineer, an amazing producer, a phenomenal guitar player, and a most excellent human being.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, I love Chris. Christopher's great, and I just thought it was really cool. He's
such a breath of fresh air in the thing, and just an absolute joy to work with.
Yeah. And it shows with everything that you guys are doing now.
Yeah, thank you.
But I love this, and I'm excited about the new record. I'm just, again, it's so great to have you guys. Whenever something new comes out, and I'm just excited, that you're playing live, and that you're making great music, and it's vital, and it's vital, and the passion is still there in a big way from your fans, people that love you, and also obviously coming from you guys. It's great. So I can't wait to hear more of the new tracks, and thank you also for coming in and playing here at SoCal.
You're very welcome, Matt.
Thank you, man.
Great to see you.
Yeah, it's great seeing you guys too. Thank you so much. Greg Dulli and John Curley, everybody from the Afghan Whigs here on the Pinfield Sessions on the SoCal Sound. Hey, it's Matt Pinfield here. You just watched something pretty special, and trust me, there's a whole lot more of that on this channel. Click into this next session and keep the music going. If you're into discovering great artists and hearing the stories behind the songs, subscribe and hang with us here at the SoCal Sound.